This is about to be live to the United States. So can you turn that off, please? Go upstairs. For a little while. What? What do you need, Lauren? Lauren. Let go. Different mode. Different modes. What up? Nice. Yeah. All right. So, Tatiana, how much do you know about the Forex markets? How much you know about investing altogether?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, very little.
All right. Well, when it comes to this these type of charts right here. This is a foreign exchange market chart, and this is basically what we read, and this is what we look at to tell us, how to get into the market and how to make money. So basically, people who trade foreign currencies in the forex market, they just look at charts and graphs all day like some nerd type shit. So as you can see, I'm just trying to make it bigger so you can see like get a bigger idea.
Yes, I can see it, and I can also zoom in on my side.
Yeah, so it's basically we reading patterns and how the chart, how the price action moves throughout the market. And once you have looked at these charts long enough and you mark them up long enough, you come to realize that it's creating certain patterns over and over and over again, several times throughout the day, throughout the weeks, throughout the months, throughout the years. So what I generally do, or when you learn about this altogether, you kind of go from a foundation of knowing what each candle means, knowing what each level means, knowing what each level means, knowing which currency you're looking at, which is the Great British Pound, the Japanese Yen. There's a lot of different aspects, a lot of different things you have to learn in order, to want to trade this market. And then once you learn those things and get those things under your belt and have a firm, grasp of it mentally, you can make a lot of money in this market. There's several different places you can get information from. This one I like to this website is called FinBiz. I like to go to this one to get to look at this because of the I trade the NASDAQ 100 a lot, and I come over here and read about different companies and see how they're doing and compare these numbers to the way it looks on my chart back over here. And then I'll make a decision based off of what the market is doing. I'll mark it up, leave notes for myself, and then what I'm saying, since I work night shift at the hospital, usually work night shift at the nursing home, I have to look at it on my phone because I don't have my laptop anymore. So what I'm saying, like I said before, once you learn how the market moves and you start to learn its patterns, I start to leave myself little indicators of when to get into it, when to get out the market. So this pattern right here is just going up the screen. These candles, these gray and blue candles. This is a 4-hour chart, and you know that just by looking up here. Each one of these candles represents 4 hours in real time. So in 4 hours of real time, the market information that puts the market in a bullish manner. And usually, when you see big moves throughout the market, it's usually based off some type of news. You can get off this website, or there's another one.
So what you're on right now, is this a specific website?
Which one?
To pull up that
the chart
like
that. This is TraderView. Go back to
okay.
TraderView.com. I'll let you see what the beginning of it look like.
And does it have access to all companies or just specific ones?
What you mean?
Like, can you see this for different companies?
You can see this for stock analysis. You can see this for Forex analysis. You can see this for just all type of different stuff you can look up on here. I only usually generally use it for Forex, but if you come over here to these tabs over here on the side, there's a whole bunch of different stuff you can use this for. There's a different way you can look at it, but yeah, you just come over here on this screen. All this stuff is free, by the way. You just look it up by the website name. This is traderview.com.
Can you see me?
Yeah.
Okay, I can't see me.
You can't see me?
I can see you, but I didn't know if you could see me.
Can you see my screen?
Yep, I can see your screen.
But yeah, so this is TraderView, and this is where you come and get the charts from to look at that I just had pulled up. Go to that website.
Let me write down.
And click on charts.
TradingView?
Yeah.
Okay. And what was the other one you said?
These are just like where I get my news from, news websites. This is finbiz.com, FINBIZ.com. And I'll drop all this stuff back in the group chat again. But if y'all go to the group chat, I don't know how much y'all messed around with it, but if you go to the group chat and click on photos. These are all the charts, you know what I'm saying? All the charts and stuff that I've dropped, that I've made predictions on, or how the market was going to move. And you know what I'm saying? You can just see and kind of learn of different ways of how I mark up the charts. And then there's also different links where I share where other people that teach trading and information about stock markets and crypto markets and foreign currency markets and all that other stuff. So I don't just put my information in here. I drop other people's information that I think is going to be important, that can help other people learn how to trade and, take their trading to the next level. So I put some other stuff in here, sometimes drop videos and random stuff, I think that would help, with trading that I see on Instagram or Twitter and all that extra shit. So, but yeah. Mainly, I guess I just wanted to start this call so I can just show people who are still in the group or still people who are still trading, mainly how I mark up. Mostly all my markups are the same. I'm only running, there's several different strategies when it comes to how to read these charts and how to make money from looking at these charts and getting into the market. Basically,
you said each candle is 4-hour increments?
It depends on which chart you're on. See, up here on the left-hand side of the screen, you can click on, different time frames you want to look at. It goes up as far as the yearly, monthly.
Oh.
I don't have the paid version, so this only goes to a monthly, but the paid version goes up to like yearly, 2 year, 3 year. You can get a whole bunch of information and data. But for what
Okay.
I do, for the little moves that I take advantage of, I don't need to look on the monthly because I ain't trying to be in that long. I don't have that much capital to be in that long. The people who, do this for a profession, for a living, who like go to an office with a suit and tie on, those are the people who look at those big levels of the market and they trade, I'm guessing based off of them bigger time frames. But yeah, with my capital I got, no, I need what's gonna happen today, what's gonna happen right now. So for for the New York session, which is the session we primarily, can trade in because our banks, our institutions, our way of life starts at like 8, 9 o'clock in the morning. So the New York session starts about 8 o'clock in the morning, or starts at 8 o'clock in the morning. And
Yeah.
yeah, I basically trade that session and the London session, which started at 3 o'clock in the morning. So I don't really need that monthly time frame because those guys they trade and they stay in trades for a long time, and I try to get in and get out within an hour and 30 minutes, an hour, within 30 minutes to an hour. But this is gold. I usually trade gold, GBP, JPY, which is Great British Pound versus the Japanese Yen. The Australian dollar versus US dollar, and then NASDAQ 100. I got off of this chart a little bit this week because it was stuck in this zone, and I needed it to break out this way or break out this way, so I know which way to play it. But it looks like it done
Okay,
already.
so it looks like when it breaks out this way, that means it's not doing good.
Which way? You can make money in both directions. So you can
Oh, okay.
yeah, you can get on and take it this way, and the blue, the blue is your target, so this is where you're making money, and if it starts to go against you, this is where you tell it to take you out. It's called stop loss. But yeah, you can get in either direction and make money. What I was looking for when I saw this chart yesterday, the price was like right over here and it was pushing up. As price continues to push up on this chart and it's not like taking off like this took off, you build up what's called liquidity. And what liquidity is people who think this market is going to continue like it did right here, they think it's going to happen from over here, but it didn't. It happened from over here. And one of the reasons it happened from over here was it needed to build up that liquidity to give it, the momentum to pull down, stop all these people out, get all these people money, and then it took off in the direction they were looking for. So, yeah, the last time I looked at this, all this hadn't happened yet. So it was like way back here somewhere. But this is something that you have to put time into. I offer this information.
Yes.
I offer this information for free because most of the information that I found was for free. Some of it was paid, but most of the good information I found was for free. So I don't feel like I could necessarily charge to just get on here and host these meetings or answer people's questions and show people how to mark up charts. So yeah, I feel like once we get to a point of somebody needing like some one-on-one time or some extra sessions and all that stuff, then yeah, you probably start having to throw some money onto it. But outside, just getting on here and marking up, that's nothing. But
Right.
so what you're looking at right here on this gold chart is basically, I'm gonna go ahead and hide all that. This right here is what you call an uptrend, and this is an uptrend because if price started at this point down here, which is this is NASDAQ. Let's go to gold. That's some even numbers. All right, so this right here was an uptrend, which is now turning into a downtrend. And you basically know that because price, if you look at this point right here, which is 17,780, price started right here and it's getting higher. It came back down a little bit and it got higher. It slowed down a little bit and it got even higher. So price from all the way down here moved from 1778 all the way up to 1908. What's that, what, $30? But when it comes to trading, depending on what lot size you use, you can make tons of money off of this maneuver right here. You can also make tons of money when it came back down because it basically the same way it went up was the same way it came back down. And basically, what that means is the way the candle structure went up was the same way it came back down. It slowed down right here like it did over here. You got a pretty big one candle here, which is representing, these three candles. This one pulled back over here, but you have to look at that on the number time frame. You can see it on the next time frame down. Well, that was the pullback, so this one wasn't that big, but it's still there. But then going back to the daily, it came back down to this structure and it stopped in the same spot this one started from. So when you add the lines and all the colorful stuff to it, basically what I do is I mark up all those places where I see those type things. So let me see. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna delete all this and I'll just show you how I mark it up top to bottom. All right. So usually when I mark up, I start off on the weekly chart. And like I said, this is gold versus US dollar. First thing I notice is I usually, pull the chart out a little bit so I can see which direction price is really going. Price is going up. And it came back, which is, called a pullback. Then it started going back up again, and it started coming back down again. So I know mentally when I start, putting the technical terms to it, I would look at this as a high, lower high, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, somewhere there. And this is the final high. This is as far as price pushed before it started producing these gray candles again. So when I want to mark this up, I want to look and see structurally, I guess, where price, what over here calls price to stop right there. And, just looking at this from the weekly time frame, you don't really see anything. But when you jump down to something like a daily, let's go back and mark it so you can probably see it better. So I'm going to drop a line right here. So this is the area we're looking for to see what it, hit against over here that made it stop right there. And then this is the place where it stopped. So we'll know exactly what to look for when we go out to the next time frame. All right, cool. So price was pushing up right here and then it stopped. So, just looking left, there's a lot of times where price came up to this over here and stopped over here as well. And you say, okay, well, price stopped right there over there. What's the next area? If price does start to push back up here, what's the next potential area that it could stop at again? And you will look over here, this is the next, which is what they call high zone. That's the next area price stop before pushing back down. So you would mark that up. The market is, what time is it? 5:02. The market's closed right now. Otherwise, I can show y'all like a live trade, show you how to get in, show you how the money really runs up, how quick it moves on some of these pairs. All right, so price coming down. It stopped when it pushed up. This is where it started from, and when it came down, that's where it stopped. So I would make a box around that area too, because that's that's important when you're looking at this from a technical standpoint. All right, so this is daily. All right, so this is the highest place. Price pushed up when it started coming up this way, and this is the lowest price. This is the lowest place price is when it started coming back down. So then you go down to the smaller time frame, and you see, if you're seeing this for the first time, it kind of looks like Chinese chicken scratch, but the way price came up.
I'm kind of.
Yeah, it's all about the pattern work. And once you start to realize and recognize the pattern work and what it means, like tonight, you guys or whoever's all on, you wouldn't be able to receive all this information and have an understanding from it because there's so much, that you can learn based off of looking like my mind when I looked at this chart, I already knew exactly why it stopped, right there, why it started coming back down. And what I think it's going to do next is finish off this pattern, come back down here and drop all the way back down there. Play around in here, something like that. And the way I would play it is I would wait for it to get down here, like it did over here. You know what I'm saying? I would wait for it to do this move and then come back, and pull back right there.
Oh,
so I would wait for it to show me that it's going to go that direction, and then for it to come back against here where it stopped at all those other times, and then wait for it to push down further, like it did over here. You know what I'm saying? I would wait for it to manipulate that move. Or if it was going to go to the upside, did this little thing back in here, again, it was going to go to the upside. I'll wait for it to do this, come up here, and then pull back a little bit, and then push up. And I would be the one getting in from right here making the money. Yeah, I want to. So what you do is you wait, and it'll show you which direction to get into. But people lose money because they're not patient enough to wait for this part right here. They ain't patient enough to wait for this part right here. They usually get in right here and get all jammed up and lose all their money. Where you make money as you wait for it to show you which direction it's going to, wait for it to, come back and give you a little discounted price, and then you wait for it to push again. So if you look at this GJ chart I had up, this is what I was doing at work today. That one I showed you. I drew it up before I left.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So when I look at it from work and I look at my zones, I leave myself notes to know, I probably want to get in possible buys above, 844, which is right over here. And that's what it was, I was showing you how I was making the money on my phone while I was working today. If it would have went to the downside, I was looking forward to the downside too, but I would have needed to see it push all the way down there, wait for it to come back, and then get in, and I would have sold it from right there. But that didn't happen. This side over here played out. So yeah. But
so most of the time you can predict the patterns.
Yeah, once you look at it long enough, yeah, you can.
That's good.
The toughest part, like I said, is once you see how quick you can make money or how quick you can lose money, a lot of people get discouraged from that because a lot of people usually they make 50 to 100, maybe even on the first time you make it to 1,000, but after that they lose like 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000. They're like, oh my gosh, what the hell is going on? It's like I was winning at one point in time because I made this little money. Why the hell am I losing now? And it's like usually it's because they playing in the market right here. You know what I'm saying? Instead of letting it push up and show them where it want to go, you know what I'm saying? Getting out of that zone and then taking off. So with this move right here, the best move would wait for it to do this big move right here, and then wait for it to come back and stop where it stopped at before, and then get in when it's doing this move right here. This is where you make the money at. This over here is where you lose. And there's a lot of people that still stuck trying to, win back and forth within these zones. Like I said, as you continue to look at the charts and continue to mark them up, you'll start to learn little keys, little details. You'll start to be able to see, what pattern is going to happen. Once it comes down to a certain level, what it's going to do, what spot is it going to take off from? When you see it coming down here, to look somewhere down here for the best possibility to get back in when it's going back up, because that's what it did over here. It pushed all the way down here, it stopped, and it started pushing up. Well, when it started coming back down there again, it stopped in that same exact spot, and then it started going up. So,
yep.
Yeah.
You can see it.
Once you start reading the patterns, and then once you start reading the patterns, and today is the 22nd. So what I'm doing now is before I get in the trade, when I start analyzing the trade, I finish, completely marking up this chart. This is probably about 10% of the way of, it being marked up before it gets to a point to where it looked like this. I have to go through all that and put all that in. And it's worth it because the longer the time you take to put in on these charts and make them to where you understand them, to where you know where the market is going to go. Well, I think this is coming back up here. You know what I'm saying? Let me use that. And then I'm going to blank that. So as you can see, this came down, pushed up, came all the way back down. When you put the lines back on, I got it marked up. Came down, pushed up, pushed all the way back down. But I know eventually, once it made its final bottom, I'm looking for it to come up, come back down, go back up, which is what I saw yesterday and Monday when it was setting up, or Monday and Sunday when it was setting up. Turn the writings and stuff off, same way it came down, it was the same way it went back up. And I kind of had an idea it was going to go back up because of this big ass wick right here. This right here is a big indication. Once you do this for a little minute, look at these charts for a long time, you learn that when you see them big ass wicks in the market always goes back and closes them off. Like I can zoom out and show you any of them. Like this one right here, the market came down and gave you a full candle to close that wick off. Sometimes it does it immediately, and sometimes it doesn't, because this one didn't get filled until all the way over here. Yeah, this one didn't get filled there. So that's why it leaves you little details and clues, you know, throughout the way to say, okay, you see this wick right here? If price started coming back down here, this right here will be one of the stopping points once it gets way over here. It's got to fill that wick. You know what I'm saying? So once you start to learn it and watch the patterns and see it come down and see it go back up, you see it get there, it's going to stop right there. You know what I'm saying? And possibly do the same exact movement. You know what I'm saying? And just keep going down and keep going back up. It all depends on, you know, the stuff that you see on these news sites and what's potentially about to happen. One of the things I saw on this earlier this week was I saw these news, I guess reports, headlines, whatever you want to call it. Let's see, Tuesday, it ain't but 5 o'clock. This one happened already. So these red folder news, these news events potentially mean for us that this is going to cause the market to go crazy. And when I say the market go crazy is like this right here. This is the market going crazy. That big ass wick and it coming all the way back down. There's a lot of people probably lost some money right here. I think I probably lost some money right here. But yeah, those news events tells us which way which days the market could possibly have some volatility in it. And when I was looking at those news events earlier this week, this is one of the things I put in there. I was like, news should cause DXY to drop down to the 91.400 level. And when I was talking about news, I meant this website right here because I saw this red folder news, and I opened it up and I read what it was saying. That's why I thought the news would drop heavily. And then if you open this up some more and go down, this right here should cause the market to go back up. So everything we see within the next 12 to 24 hours causing the market to go down, you know, it's going to be something from this right here potentially. And then if it does a big move to the downside, which is, you know, something like this, then that other news event would potentially cause it to push back up. So once you learn the game, get in and learn the ins and outs of it, the movements of the market, what everything is called, the different levels, you know, how you get to these levels, you know, I can show you all that stuff just as well, you know, as if, you know, coming on it over here and clicking on these things over here. This is a lot of information that I went through, that I learned. Some of it I paid for. I put it all back into this and just dropped all the information into here. So clicking on these videos and all these files and stuff back over here, there's a lot of there's even some videos in here where I'm marking up the charts. And as y'all go along and get more experience with get more experience with, you know, maneuvering the charts and working on the website and stuff like that, we can come in and do live sessions, and then we can mark up the charts and make live calls, and we can, you know what I'm saying, get money together. It don't matter to me. That's how we used to do it when I first came in, but a lot of the people that was here in the beginning, I don't know if they're still trading or what, but a lot of these videos are me and other people in the group, you know, marking up these charts and then putting their trade and stuff together. So
yes, that's good.
Yeah,
It is good.
These down here, if you get the chance to read these candlestick Bibles, these are really important because it goes into explanation of what these big candles mean, what these little candles mean, what these candles with the long wick mean. Like reading these down here is how I learned, what all this stuff right here means on the chart. And then once you read it and look over it, like most of this stuff I read through in one day. Some of this stuff is got videos and stuff on it. It's not really boring content if you want to learn this right here and learn how to make money. So
right.
yeah. I think
trust me, I don't mind boring content.
Yeah, a lot of it is pretty interesting though, especially if you get on like YouTube and stuff, and then look up some of these other people who do it as well. Some of them will show you all their ins and outs for free, but some of them won't. Some of them will be very vague on their answering on the stuff that they on the answers that they give you from whatever questions you ask. But yeah, these are like all the people that I follow, that I look at and that I watch consistently. Some of them not as consistently as others, but most of the ones towards the top are who I rock with the most. Then it kind of just trickles down from there. This one should be over the top. I watch him probably more weeks a lot. This guy's pretty good. Yeah, these guys right here, I trade with these guys live, 3 o'clock in the morning our time. Luke trades London. They go live and they host the Zoom calls and they pull up the charts, and I can send my charts to them, through the Zoom link and all that stuff through the YouTube. Savage is pretty good. He's got a course. All these people, I think his course is like 500. To give out information like I'm giving out information. He does have some pretty good stuff. Some information on some of his videos. I really watch his content for his lifestyle content. Yeah, because they be on there and just showing like this is the lifestyle I like to see on TV, like stuff I like to watch. Just people show off cars, flash a little money. That wouldn't necessarily be the lifestyle I want to live, just because I got other things in mind that I want to do. I ain't looking to have a Lambo and I think that was a Porsche or some shit he went and bought, and they got like 12 of them shit.
Right.
They buy them and lease them and send them back and get new ones. And I don't plan on doing all that extra shit, but I wouldn't mind, watching him.
Even if I have it, I don't plan on doing that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's why I watch his content. And some of his trading videos are kind of funny too, because he be going off and doing all other kind of shit. But these boys right here, I rock with these boys pretty consistently now. This one and this one, they're from the same group. This is pretty much the founder, I guess, whatever you want to call it, the creator of whatever it is, Marcus Aurelius, and then this is like one of his students that also does this. These dudes right here are pretty legit. This is like top dog right here. This is like somebody like Kobe or something, Shaq, some big name, when you talk about this type of industry. But other than that, okay. If y'all got any questions, I can answer pretty much whatever about this. And then, but on the Telegram group, if y'all tune into this stuff right here, I drop these charts in here pretty frequently, and then once you get to the point to where you have a currency or a pair that you want to look at, I'll mark them up and then try to compare what you got to what I got. Nas 100 sales. So this is the actual live trade here, and then I can show analysis. This is Saturday night. That's the trade right here. So I sent out the signal. I guess you call it a signal, but I sent out my chart analysis of where I got in and like stop losses and take profits and stuff like that. This is where I originally got in. Stop losses down here below structure. But basically, just like the other charts I was showing you, how price comes down, stops, pushbacks, I mark up those zones. Those zones are important. These wicks are important. The way it comes down, we got 10 minutes left. The way it comes down and stop right here, that's important. It stopped right there for a reason. So I marked that up with these gray boxes. The way it pushed back up and stopped here, same way it stopped over there. I mark all that
Oh,
stuff up.
yeah.
That's leaving me clues, so when I come back to the chart, I can say, okay, price is down here, but now I see it's pushing up here. It ran into this resistance right here with this wick, but the next candle that it printed was still a bullish candle, price advancing, price pushing up instead of coming back down this way. So once I saw this candle come down, I waited for that candle. This is the 30-minute. I did this on probably the lower time frame because that don't look like enough for me to get in, but it probably was on the 15 minutes.
So you was watching it as it was going up.
Yeah, I was watching it as it was moving, and then once I got ready, I got in. I put in 1 penny, and then off of that 1 penny, I made $116.
Ooh.
I think that was the same trade. Hold on, go back. That was like more than point one. So this right here, this is 3 pennies, 2 pennies, and 1 penny. Yeah, so that was a different trade. This is 2 different. This is the same trade. This is a different trade. So this trade had 3 pennies in it, and this trade had 3 pennies in it. But 6 pennies turned into $116. So yeah, that's kind of how I rationalize that.
That's a good profit.
But you also can lose though, because I got some on here where I lost a couple dollars. Like I said, I just put these chart analysis out. Other people put their chart analysis out, what they're used to, anyways. But I don't know if these people still trade or not. I don't really hear from too many people anymore. So I just be out doing my own thing, marking up these charts and trying to eat.
Yeah, that's all you can do.
Yeah, this move right here, this shit was huge. I knew it was gonna come back down and then just go up from there. Like all this right here is just making money. All that green part.
Okay, and you marked that with the green box?
Yeah. All these pictures like this are mine. All the ones that look like this, these are my pictures.
Okay.
With the writing, this is what I see when I look at the chart. This is what I think is gonna go a certain way. Self-reflection, this is the stuff, that I was thinking about, stuff that I was dealing with as I was, marking these up or trying to take trades. This right here was real difficult because it just was real choppy back and forth. And, what you want to look for, is places where it's going to break through this zone or places where it's going to break through that zone. And if you don't really know, how to identify this, most of the time with this right here, you see it push to the top. You watch it, you see it push to the bottom. Usually the best time to get on after this, get in is like right here. Once you've seen it stop right there a few times and then you see it start going back up and you just get out right there and then just, watch it replay the same pattern on this side. But yeah, I'm trying to find one where I lost a good bit. So yeah, on this one, this is about what 20, this is 25. This is about $50 right here. But I also made 165. Also made $5. There's some ones on here where I lost a couple hundred. Yeah, like this one, 14, 116, but ended up winning 202, and then 19. I only profited $21, but it's better than that 100 and something loss. So, like I said, you can make the money on here, like this one.
Yeah.
You can make the money on here, but you got to be patient and willing to damn. I think this is not mine. This is this is somebody else's. I said this is all Bitcoin. Yeah, mine would have more than all Bitcoin on it. But, yeah, this call probably about to end in about 5 minutes. I mean, yo, you got any more questions? Who else is on here? Or just you? Yeah,
no, I'm taking in all this information that I'm jot down my little notes.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna do some more studying.
This right here is recorded, so I'll drop this in that little in the group thing right here. But
yes, and I'm gonna blow this up because I can't read. I can see the writing in it, but I can't read it.
Yeah, a lot of the photos and videos stuff, they got a lot of information into them. So if you do have a monitor where you can, blow it up and just look at the patterns and how they play out and see the areas that I've marked up where I think, what it's going to do, It's got a lot of before and after shots in here too. So. But yeah, as soon as you know, you can start looking at information and start learning as much as you can. You know, a good place to go.
Yes.
To learn some more information is Baby Pips, BABPIPS.com. This right here. So this right here, you can look at this for free as well. Just to tell you what all these candles mean and all these the back and forth movements and where you get what makes all this up to be the Forex market, like the different businesses, the companies, the money, the different countries. You can find all that information over here. Like come over here to education. It says how to trade Forex, and then you just do it like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they got all kind of information. This is just a different way you can look at it. It's basically the same stuff that I got over here, because some of this stuff has stuff that you can read as well. Like I said, with the files and stuff on it, the shared links and all that stuff. So this is just a different format. This would be somebody else talking versus me talking. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see.
Okay. Babypips.com.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop it right in here.
All right. Well, thank you. When are you doing your next Zoom?
Whenever people got time, for real. I mean, tonight I'm gonna be trading. So tonight I'm gonna be looking at these currencies over here, and I'm gonna be looking at when to get in and where I can possibly make some money at. So looking at this right here, as soon as we get above this level right here, let me see if I can draw it out for you. Before the time run out. As soon as we get above this level right here, I'm gonna be looking to get in.
Okay.
So get in, this is the green part is where you're making money, and then the red part is where you're losing. But this might come back down a little bit, so it might end up getting in, down here, and you end up potentially making even more money. It all depends on how it plays out. Usually about 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock is when it starts jumping. 8 o'clock for sure, but I'll start looking at this again around about 6:30, 7 o'clock, 7:30. So yeah.
Okay. Sounds good.
If I see something, if I get in something, I'll screenshot you the before and I'll screenshot you the after and show you what it looked like.
Yes.
Drop it in that group chat and show you how it works. All right,
yes. Well, thank you so much for your time.
No problem. I'll catch up with you.
Yes. Okay. Right. Thank you again.
Yeah, you're welcome.
All right.